All right, we are live. It's the Spin and Backfist MMA show, Memorial Day weekend edition, May 23rd, Thursday before Memorial Day weekend. I was asking Jack yesterday, I was like, do we have a card this weekend? And he was like, no, of course not. And I remember.
I didn't mean it
you
like a
didn't-
douchebag like that.
No. You, but like you.
I was like, oh,
no. Yeah, no.
Casual.
But I should have known. Like, I didn't see any tweets of fight week, any posters, nothing. But they used to do Memorial Day weekend fight cards, and I used to love them because I would always be down the shore with family. I would be able to get people watching them. I remember Cody Garbrandt knocked out Thomas Almeida on one, and everyone bet on the American Memorial Day weekend, so everyone was going crazy. And they had Wonderboy Thompson versus Darren Till, which was not a great fight, but that also happened, I believe, on a Memorial Day weekend card.
Wonderboy against Darren Till?
I think so, yeah.
And then the infamous, I'm coming for every. Oh, what's he saying? It's like, I want everyone and anyone.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. But yeah, no card this weekend, but we got some stuff to talk about. Fight announcements. Fights happened this past weekend. Boob punch knockout. Fury and Usyk put on a war. I don't know where you guys want to start. I feel like maybe this past weekend.
Let's start with New Amsterdam.
That's right. New Amsterdam, the best in the business.
We love New Amsterdam. Well, on Memorial Day weekend, your Memorial Day weekend should be sponsored by New Amsterdam.
Absolutely.
It is not complete without New Amsterdam.
Here we go. Look at this.
New Amsterdam, also the official vodka of the UFC, not only the official vodka of Barstool Sports. And in our opinion, it is the official vodka of winning. You got champion vodka over here, match it up against any other vodka, and this is a knockout. So whether you're catching a pay-per-view fight at your favorite bar or hanging out at home listening to us talk about it, celebrate your wins with insanely smooth New Amsterdam vodka. Find your wins with New Amsterdam. Best in the biz. And like these guys said, Memorial Day weekend isn't complete without some New Amsterdam. Great mixer, great on its own, great with the Pink Whitney. Can't go wrong with Pink Whitney. With New Amsterdam, excuse me.
Well, still,
either.
That's
Either.
one and the same. We love New Amsterdam. And hopefully we'll do another. We had a watch party with them.
Yep.
I think we're going to try to do another one in the summer. So hopefully people will be around and we'll have some fun. We had a little New Amsterdam event before Bing Bong
The next
Game 6.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Knicks didn't get it done. But New Amsterdam, I was talking with the client over there, and they were like, we want to do something coming up. So that'll be fun.
Sweet. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for it. The Fury Usyk fight. Great fight. Awesome fight. I was happy that we got a result, something that I thought was the right result as well. Usyk winning. I was terrified that we were going to get a draw. When it came down the stretch, I was like, oh my God, knowing we're getting a rematch it regardless. I was like, oh, they love doing a draw. But I thought it was a crazy performance by Usyk. Oh, thank you.
I swear I was just thinking the same thing.
I don't know why.
WrestleMania
I swear,
windbreaker.
I was like, damn, that shit's fire.
I like this. Yeah.
I thought it was an Eagles thing until the last. Obviously, it's based off of the Eagles. Like, but
their colors. I felt a little weird buying it as like
I think that's sick.
Non-Philly. Not
but
that I hate Philly, but
you are a
Commanders fan, you know. But I was like, yeah, it is what it is. They put the bell. They had like an Eagles jersey that they made WrestleMania, and I was like, I can't do that.
Like, would you rock that, Ev? Or is that two Eagles?
Nah, I couldn't.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing is I'm a Commanders
Bob,
fan,
I was a little
but
more,
not like he is with the Giants.
When you said you bought it, I was a little disappointed.
You thought it was given to me?
Yeah.
No,
I was like, damn,
it.
that's a sick, like, when you're like, I bought it, I was like,
Now, I bought it, but that being said, I bought it to go do a WWE event where I was like, I should probably have a WrestleMania piece of merch.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But the Fury Usyk fight.
In WWE, NXT is fighting in the Apex.
Yeah, soon. Very soon.
Yeah, that's it.
Crazy that Fury didn't go down when Usyk poured it on him in the ninth round. Yeah.
Should have got stopped.
I don't know. I go back and forth because we saw him literally like die against Deontay Wilder and come back.
This is what I think. Actually, let me rephrase. There should have been like a knockdown, like a 8 count, like 10 count, way before there was.
Yeah,
they waited till basically the bell. There should have been like 20 seconds before.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He literally bounced around the entire. He did it entire like around the ropes, a whole lap.
Yeah.
Did a lap getting knocked around the ropes.
But that could have been the ref being like, "This is Fury. He doesn't fucking go down. I got to give him his leash."
I would love to know, as a ref, are you told to know the fighter, or are you told no? It doesn't matter if you know him as, because that's like that could get like a Fury like really injured because like
Yeah.
when your chin goes, your chin goes. But I mean, obviously, you know that. Ev and I were talking about how do you, and this is kind of like a lame conversation because we are the MMA fans that love boxing. Like, there's like, why even compare? They're both great. But the conversation was, is a great, amazing boxing event fight bigger than the best MMA UFC event? Not event, I should say fight.
Yeah.
People were saying great boxing greater than great MMA, while average MMA better than average boxing. And
As
bad
an MMA
MMA
guy, I can't agree with it. But
Okay,
like I
yeah.
know I can't. My bias is so prevalent that I acknowledge that, but like there's no world in which like I think like a fight like this could even like hold a candle to like a BMF Gaethje versus Holloway. Even a fight like that was more dominant, but like a more back and forth fight. Give me McGregor and Diaz 2 or something. Like you can't get bigger than that for me.
Got it.
Yeah, I think it's not even about bigger. I think so. I think this is what I said to Jack Back. I understand. I think where it's the fight's longer, I think there's less, and it's like there's no people love to see each other just punch each other.
Yep.
So taking all like there's gonna be no like grappling stalemates.
Yeah.
Because even you'll have a couple of those even in like a really good fight
Yeah.
where especially when you get into like the later rounds where it's like the 6th round and two guys just literally just stand in the pocket and trade for like the last 6 rounds of the fight.
Yeah.
I don't think like that's just something that you just the way the sport is, you can't get that in MMA. But it's tough. Like obviously because I think elite MMA, the gap is that you get more great fights where in a boxing, there's even like the best card. Anyone only cares about the main event.
Yep.
Maybe a co-main event on like a special card. But like I think a UFC 300 is like bigger than anything boxing can really do as a whole. But it's tough to compare like the most like elite boxing main event like ever versus like just like a main event like even like a McGregor, like even like a McGregor Aldo type hype
Yeah.
or something like that.
Because I'll watch I'll watch boxing, especially when it's on. Like I watched the Navarrete, however you say his name, on Saturday night. That was on ESPN. But how many boxing fights do we really care about each year? Probably 8.
I was gonna say like 8 to 10, yeah.
Maybe not even.
And I would love to we could go back and look at it like from last year. But UFC, like truly care about, and I think it's closer into that 20 to 25. That's
I think at least a fight at pay-per-view.
Yeah,
and then take all the fight night cards out of it.
And I even think there's there's pay-per-views with multiple unbelievable fights on, and then even people will shit on the fight nights, but there is at least one great fight night card a month at least.
Yeah,
I know there's some fillers, but it's whatever. But like I think there's more just moments. But I've brought up a good point too and I was thinking about the Usyk Fury. There was a lot of back and forth there. You don't see that as much in MMA, where it's like Usyk took the first 3 rounds, even though that was up for debate. Then Fury really looked like it was finished, and then Usyk came off the stool in the 8th and kind of turned the tide a little bit, and then the 9th he had that amazing moment.
There was a moment where I was like, "Oh, Fury took over. This fight is over." Like early. I was like, Fury's fucking.
I think in the 6th, I was like, because I was big on Usyk, I was like, fuck.
Fury's uppercuts were landing.
The uppercuts and the body work was really impressive.
Yeah.
That makes me hyped for the rematch.
I'm excited for the rematch too. Like this was a fight. As soon as it was over, I was like, all right, good. But like book the date. Let's get the rematch settled. Here we go.
They're saying
contract.
They're saying October 12th.
Oh, that'd be great.
The target date for the rematch.
I think that's perfect.
That'd be great. Yeah.
And also, the Usyk, they said like, I think Usyk's manager said something along the lines of like they asked me, it's like, so we're confirming the rematch. He's like, yeah, we're men of words. Or like, it was something like that. He's like, we don't like our word is bond. Like if we said we're rematching, we're going to have a rematch. That should be a very interesting rematch.
The walkouts I thought were incredible too.
Oh my God. Usyk
just like that's one thing that boxing does do better than MMA, because Dana, he just like refuses to like embrace the theatrics of walkouts. But yeah, Usyk walking out in his entire getup, the hat looked awesome, and then Fury walking out to like I need a hero was awesome.
Fury's awesome. I mean, I know he's not really the cup of tea for everybody, but he's great, and he's been huge for boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest stars of our generation, without a doubt. Obviously, there's Canelo, Floyd, whatnot, but he's been huge, especially for heavyweight boxing.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I mean, he's carried that. Like,
He's the heavyweight.
even when
of
we
our
talk to people like
generation.
our dad's age, like Tyson and all these guys, like it was about the heavyweights. Like even
We grew up without
like
heavyweights.
they like didn't really care about like the lower weight classes.
Yeah.
It was all like bigger weight classes.
We were the
grew up,
Gotti Ward
except for,
generation.
except for like Klitschko and stuff. Like
Mhm.
we grew up kind of without
Yeah.
without big time. I remember they're like heavyweight boxing is dead, and now it's
Yeah, he's carried that torch for a long
even
time.
next Saturday, Deontay Wilder against Big Bang Zhang, who I
Yep.
think is Ev's guy.
I would say he's large as
Okay.
Give credit to large. He's
But
Large loves him.
but Deontay, that's a huge fight too.
Yeah.
Which is good for and huge for boxing. I think there's actually a decent fight this
and I think
weekend.
I think Joshua. I mean the knockout he had over Francis. Like I think the winner.
Yeah.
See Usyk. It seems to me like when Joshua's in like a better place like now than he was when he fought Usyk. So I don't know if we'll like get that rematch again because it was pretty like one-sided Usyk's way.
Yeah.
But I feel like we used to get like a Joshua Fury. I don't know if Fury will want to fight again if he loses again.
That would be
but-
such an awesome fight.
But Joshua to me, I know like it's Francis. He's not like a boxer, but it just feels like he's in like such a better place now. He's like
Yeah.
gotten a little older, a little more experienced. I don't know. I feel like they could. There's a lot of big fights to make now.
You remember when Joshua won and McGregor just shoved alcohol down his throat?
Yeah.
Immediately.
He's like, I don't drink, bro.
Although McGregor, oh my God, the restraint this guy's showing, champion level restraint right
unbelievable.
now. He's bringing the alcohol right up to his face. And he's like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. The videos are unreal. I blogged it and I was like, keep it up, champ. You know, we don't want to see it hitting that bottle, but he's staying away from it well.
And then there was this graphic. It's just like McGregor staying sober for 10 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very funny graphic.
Yep.
It was just like,
He's got 5 weeks left. He's counting down the days. And I can't tell the way he's doing the day countdown. Like, is he really excited for the fight or is he really excited to drink again? Is he like 5 weeks, 4 days till I'm getting proper back?
So we'll
in my
find
system?
out.
I guess we'll see.
It's crazy. It really is soon.
It's really
5
soon.
weeks is soon.
5 weeks. It's going to sneak up on us. The promo tour, they're teasing that like they're going to do something big for promo. McGregor said that on the live stream he did, which was hysterical. The entire live stream, he just shit on everybody.
I titled this the
McGregor attacks entire roster.
He attacked the entire roster. He wanted. What did he call it to Purdy? It's like torpedo.
Yeah.
Torpedo. He was like, I don't care about him.
He would read a name and be like, Usman, Kamaru Usman, fuck him. He's a bum.
This is the guy that we know. He watches like every card.
Yeah.
So we need him in front of a chat. They got him too. You know how those like
Oh, I know.
they-
Like they get Bisping.
Bisping,
Yeah.
like he doesn't know internet things like that. So they're like, what do you think
That
of the
was funny,
MMA
too,
prospect?
yeah. Nick, yeah, they did that one.
He almost had like he was talking about Leon. He almost had like a Trump cadence. Like he was like Leon, like big decision guy, like a lot of decisions.
Yeah.
Like too many decisions that welterweight.
Yeah.
You think he's fighting this Bilal guy? He's a decision guy too. Like just decisions everywhere. Welterweight
funny.
division is in a bad
He
place.
clarified his comments on Sean O'Malley. That was kind of funny to me, where someone in the chat was like, why did you shit on Sean O'Malley? He's like supported you, and he's like, oh yeah, I kind of got caught in a fray there. Yeah, I didn't really mean
He
that.
really
against
is.
Sean."
I like O'Malley.
Yeah.
He's just like a guy at the pub who's just like
Yeah.
like sometimes it's even in this office, like it's like guys just start saying things and then at the end
Yeah.
they're like, I didn't really mean that.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know, I got carried away. Like,
Just ripping with the.
I feel like I've heard like Kirk say that before. He's like,
Yes.
yeah, I don't really hate him. Whatever. Like it is what it is.
It's like you just told my mother that she's gonna die
Yeah.
and you're gonna like fuck her at the
yeah, we're
funeral.
making contact.
It was like I was fired up.
Great
And then
live
you're
stream.
like, all right, fair.
Great live stream. Funny stuff. What's going on with Ryan Garcia and the steroid drama?
Well, it's back.
It's back. I know. He tweeted, I fucking love
he's
steroids.
like bringing it back though.
All caps. I fucking love steroids.
But I almost it's like
It's not even a
he's in
steroid.
control. But I thought he like,
Said, I'm positive.
he basically's got like cleared though.
He did. I know the other sample was okay, I think.
Like even both, I think were even like I think he pretty much is like.
I thought the second sample came back positive.
Oh, I thought it came back where it was like such a
Oh,
small amount that it like he physically couldn't even have like ingested it. Like it was such a like
It was just like it was
like
in
such
something.
such a small amount was my understanding.
Okay, so then he also had a tweet that he's like, "Yeah, I'm positive. I'm positive. I love positivity."
I'm trying to
He's
find
become a
the.
master troll. He just tweeted all caps like, I fucking love steroids.
Oh, Logan Paul and Prime Hydration officially suing Ryan Garcia for defamation.
Yeah, they got into it.
Oh, because they said he did say like don't drink Prime. It's like bad for it's like the devil's water.
He said something, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
apparently
Logan
his
started,
B
like, coming
sample
at
came
him.
back positive, but it is, as Ev said, very tiny.
I know, it was something they said like it was such a small amount that it couldn't even have been like a supplement or something. Like it had to be literally like in.
Like it wouldn't have even really like affected his
No, it was
performance.
such a small amount.
And Logan Paul, by the way, I tweeted, wait, so Ryan Garcia, influencer boxer who lies about everything, who thinks the earth is flat, who is an alleged pedophile, who weaponizes Christianity, tested positive twice for a banned substance? No way. Pedophile accusations, it is
Well,
2024
they're
year.
back, though. It's like
it's the year of pedophile accusations. Everyone's
I
just
don't
like,
know
you're a
what the
pedophile.
accusation is.
Striking a chord, A
Yeah,
minor.
I think people have now, now there's waving around like a gun.
Nate and Tate, remember that?
When you're just an empty gun.
That was a thing.
Yeah,
They're waving around the gun, and now it
just works.
That's right.
It just works, I guess.
Before it was like that shot mattered.
Yeah.
Now before
Now
now
it's just,
people
you're a pedophile.
pedophiles just be like, all right, bro.
Which, to be honest, we're behind the British on this. The British use pedo like it's fuck. You're a fucker. Oh, you're a pedo. You're a pedo. You ever see soccer Twitter? You know soccer Twitter.
I've never
Football Twitter.
I never saw that.
You never saw pedo?
No.
People say you're a pedo.
I'm
I
not
see
in
that
that market
all the time.
I will
Arsenal
not be
fans
calling
going.
anybody pedophile, but who knows? Maybe it'll be in the lore before we know it.
I'll get some
Fucking
people in the
pedophile.
chat saying the same thing. People being like, oh yeah, people say pedo.
Yeah, no, Logan. Oh, Ryan said something. There was something recently. I think an MMA fighter came at him, and he was like, "I'll fight you and just like destroy you," or maybe
It was O'Malley.
Him and O'Malley.
Yeah,
they
they
had
talked
like
a
a face, not a face to face, but they talked like on.
in a boxing fight. It would be legitimately a crime.
Yeah,
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah,
would kill him.
probably. Yeah.
I mean, obviously O'Malley.
The back and forth was funny though, because as they were about to hang up, O'Malley was like, "Yeah, I got to fight this guy Marab, and then I gotta I'll knock your ass out afterwards." And Garcia was like, "Oh yeah, I know you'll beat Marab. That guy sucks." And he was like, "Yeah, all right, thanks. I'll knock you out later. See ya."
I think Ryan Garcia actually knows Marab.
Probably not.
Maybe like heard the name once.
Yeah.
Like,
I doubt he's
he's
sat
like
down
just
and watched.
assuming
the
I
Marab
don't know
fight.
much about you. You probably suck. That's probably his like mentality on it.
Oh, breaking news from Hot Billy. He said, "Is it true that guy Coleman from the Kirk Minahan show is walking out Jared Cannonier in a couple weeks?"
Whoa.
I didn't
know.
I didn't know, but like
That's big.
Jack Coleman's
Hot
a lot.
Billy doesn't lie.
No, never.
Hot Billy responded to one of my tweets recently and just said, "Yep." Like, and I was just like,
Love
"That's
that.
right."
Love that. Hot Billy's the man. He's
They
the show. He's basically
Jack
like the
Coleman
fifth host.
is, walking out Jared Cannonier.
Credit Hot Billy.
Louisville main event.
Louisville stand up. We got some more fights announced too.
I was gonna
Obviously,
say, yeah.
and Ev kind of called this when we were talking about it over by our desk. But Ulberg against Jamal Hill, I think, is great.
Yeah, he's filling in for Roundtree.
For
I mean,
3-3 co-main event.
Someone's getting knocked out.
And then
That's
there's
the way I see
Brady
it.
Gilbert on that card too.
So Leah said that. I haven't Lee said that in our group chat.
Was it one of those?
I don't-
He didn't tell us. Don't tell anybody.
No, but
so.
no, but he didn't post it, so I think he wasn't.
Maybe it's bubbling. Maybe there's
That's what
getting
said-
the
Lee
sign.
does
they're
sometimes get
saying-
some good information.
He does.
They are saying Brady Gilbert Burns, obviously,
Which
for
would be a great fight.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because I'd assume the fight under obviously Jamal Hill and Ulberg.
Yeah.
Which I mean, honestly, that if that does happen, that'd be a better third fight than I expect on a McGregor card.
100%.
As we were saying weeks ago, they don't usually stack McGregor cards like they're like UFC 300. They kind of give you
They know they can get away with it.
prospect, here or there, and that they
Peyton
want
Talbot.
eyes
Yeah,
on
Peyton
Peyton
Talbot,
Talbot.
on the prelims.
But
on the
even this
prelims.
co-main event is a better co-main event than we usually get for a McGregor card. I
You
feel
know what? Say the Hooker
Yeah, 100%. I agree
Hooker
with that.
Chandler was a very good.
that was a
co-main.
good one. The first Diaz fight we had Misha Tate versus Holly Holm. The second Diaz fight, I think we had Glover Teixeira versus Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Actually, it's pretty good.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, good. And
That one
insane
finished in
knockout,
a second
yeah.
too. Yeah.
And you just because
I think
it's
Holly
difficult,
Holm
but I'm
might have
just
been a
thinking,
co-main event
there's
from
so many
recently, though.
fights that need to be made because just thinking about where we were at going to UFC 300, thinking about UFC 300 from how to build it was really difficult because it was this guy just fought a month ago or this guy has Ramadan. We do have a lot of options out there. So it's encouraging and should be a great fight night.
Let's
Or,
see.
well, obviously a pay-per-view, but
The last 4 McGregor co-main events. The last one was Gilbert Burns versus Wonder Boy. Pretty good one. Just in terms of name value, at least.
Fight was boring, but yeah, like good fight. Yeah.
Chandler Hooker. Great one. Yeah, this is the one I'm remembering. For the Cowboy fight, it was Holly Holm versus Raquel Pennington.
Ah, yes.
Not a great one.
No.
And the one before that, Khabib was, I think Derek Lewis. Oh no, Khabib was. This was a great card.
It was
God.
Pettis.
Tony Ferguson.
Yes.
Before that, you had Dominic Reyes, OSP. Before that, you had Derek Lewis knocking out Volkov. That
was
crazy
awesome
comeback.
Card. Insane card.
Michelle Watterson versus Fleece Herring. Even a good, like, people love the karate hottie to put her on there. Vicente Luque versus Jalen Turner was on that card.
Crazy knockout too. By
Yeah.
Luque on that.
Both Pettis brothers were on that. Jessier Formiga beat Sergio in the prelims. Both
What year
Pettis
was
brothers
that?
unfortunately lost.
That was the Khabib.
2018.
Khabib McGregor.
Jeez, Jalen
That was a
Turner's
great
been
card.
around for so long. You don't even realize it. It feels
It's at
like
170. That was he went down to 155 after that fight. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it feels like he's been a guy that like is just kind of like still you look at as a quote unquote prospect, but he's not. He is who he is.
He fights quite a bit.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, just a great. Like I don't know how far he can really take it. Obviously, he's had his ups and downs, but I would have guessed his first fight in the UFC was 2019, 2020.
Yeah. And then another fight announcement we got, not in MMA, but MMA fighters stepping into the boxing ring. Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva 3 is actually happening in less than a month. It's happening on June 14th, like a couple weeks away in the boxing ring. They're promoting it as Anderson Silva's like grand finale, but he's not confirming whether or not he's going to retire.
No, they're saying it's like his last fight in Brazil.
Gotcha.
It's like his farewell to Brazil. To my knowledge, it's not even on like watchable on TV in the US. Currently, there's no deal in the US.
They'll strike a deal with like fight.tv or something.
They have to, right? Like something.
They have to. You're getting Chael out of retirement. They have to be paying him a bag to get him to accept this.
So.
I wouldn't even like.
I think it's only like 5 or 6 rounds, like 2-minute rounds.
I was gonna say we don't know the confirmed like details of the match yet, right?
I'm just
is it
happy
an
to
exhibition? Is it professional? I don't know. I'm in for it though. I said in my blog about it, like I'm a little hypocritical, I think, because I see a fight like Masvidal and Diaz in the boxing ring. I'm like, why are they doing that? That like nobody's asking for that right now. Like, what if you're gonna fight in MMA? I know they can't do that contractually, whatever. But then I see this and I'm like, oh fuck, hell yeah, they're back. The rivalry's back. I said it's like if Stone Cold Steve Austin said, I'm doing one more match, or if The Rock said I'm doing one more match, and Stone Cold Steve Austin's like, all right, I'll step in and be that guy to do one more match with you. It's like the best rivalry, one of the best rivalries in the history of MMA. One more time, why not?
Yeah, I'm just happy to see Chael back on the mic, promoting himself.
Like, yeah, he's gonna be going through the greatest hits of his Brazil insults.
Brazil too.
He's gonna go to Brazil. He's gonna get on the mic with he's got the little translator earpiece he used to have to wear. It'll be great, and I'm sure they'll hug it out afterwards. And I would assume this is gonna be Chael's last fight too. I don't know.
I would think so.
But yeah, they're getting their first fight.
But then again,
in the Hall of Fame 12 days later.
And money talks sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you never know.
True.
It talked here apparently.
12 days after this, their first fight goes into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yep.
So I wonder if will they be at the Hall of Fame together after this? I don't know.
Where does Anderson live? Does he live in Brazil now? Or is he just America bound?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know where he lives.
Yeah.
I would guess Brazil.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he obviously, should be good.
Also, we didn't mention this. Initially announced as Anderson Silva versus Terry Crews.
Yeah.
That was weird. That was a weird morning.
That was when that text got sent in the group chat, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I had to rub
Crews?
my eyes a little bit and be like, "Am I actually seeing things?" Terry Crews put out the video, then Anderson put out the video. I actually thought they were just going to do it.
That would have been That would have been in a world where some of the fights have been made the last 6 years. If someone told you like 10 years ago, you'd be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. If someone told you that 10 years ago, I think Anderson Silva, Terry Crews might be more outlandish than that.
Oh, I think so. At this point, I
get Terry Crews has been this big jack guy who played in the NFL way back in the day, but still, just say the man's an actor.
Like,
Yeah.
The man's the actor against one of the best strikers in MMA history.
Who has
and they're
proven he's pretty good at boxing too.
Yeah.
It's two guys that aren't like an actor and a guy not in his own sport.
Yeah. Crazy.
I think we both said in the group, the most random matchup ever.
I also want to know, as far as the actual matchup goes, Chael and Anderson, how long have they known this was happening? Because they announced it within the month of the fight happening. It was announced. It was like less than a month.
Do you think this is going to happen?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
I do.
It feels a little weird.
I think it'll happen too.
Okay.
I like Chael's little intro. He's like, Anderson, yoo-hoo.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
This is the most Chael.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, a lot of my friends like Chael just as like a YouTuber now.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, I think when they inducted that fight into the Hall of Fame, they were just like, wait, he was winning that fight? And I was like, oh yeah.
He won like 95%
He
of
had
the
like
fight.
one of the most brutal losses in MMA history.
Yeah.
They were like, I didn't even realize he was good at MMA. I was like, no, dude, Chael Sonnen was like legit.
Yeah.
Chatbot Jerry says that Chael claims he will box Masvidal. Maybe after that. I mean, they had that back and forth on Twitter.
Yeah,
It wasn't even really a back and forth.
They do not like each
It
other.
was more like
That's
Chael just shit all over him.
But Masvidal would.
Chael's a lot bigger.
Yeah, but how much does Chael weigh now? He's
decent amount
kind of
bigger.
slimmed down a little
In
bit. obviously.
Bellator, he fought like heavyweight tournament, and he fought at 205.
And Masvidal's
Masvidal fought at 155 at one point.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
so
their
Chael is much
and
bigger.
Their
Chael fought
boxing-
at,
their
Chael
boxing
fought
fight-
Fedor.
Yeah.
Like,
Forgot. Yep.
Their boxing fight's 175.
Okay.
the only other news item I had written down that's not even like worth bringing up is Gable Steveson was at Miami Dolphins camp. Like, I don't expect anything to happen there, but he's now not in WWE. They officially released him.
Yeah, they talk about me and Jack were actually talking about it like a couple weeks ago. I mean, they say he's training with Henry Hooft at Killcliff.
No,
And has like
that's
been there
interesting.
basically. It sounded like pretty much he like WWE thing ended and he went like straight there.
The WWE
I mean,
thing
he
was
would
a
be-
fail from the moment he stepped foot in the door.
He just was in a spot where I think they didn't let him really like grow into where he's an athlete. He's not like a
Exactly. He doesn't
Mike
have
guy.
he's not a charisma guy.
and I think you gotta like kind of, if you don't have it naturally, I think you can build it.
Yeah.
And I think they just didn't like his first like appearance was in like WrestleMania.
That's the thing.
Like that's a tough, like you're on like
They set him up to fail for sure.
yeah, like it's I mean, imagine like your first like it's like you're going like you get drafted in baseball, you're just like in the World Series the next
Yeah.
day.
And but
Like, it
it's
doesn't
not
like-
even
And wrestling fans don't.
And probably
love that.
probably more difficult.
I was gonna say it's not even that like they didn't put him on WrestleMania and say do a couple moves and show the crowd that like you got this. They literally brought him out and they were like Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson and expected the crowd to just go nuts. And that was it. And then like maybe 4 or 5 months later, they did the exact same thing at SummerSlam. And by the time he came out at SummerSlam, they were like, we know that this is just buying into time on the show. We're going to boo this.
Mhm.
So he would just come out and get booed because he was trotted out to be like, look at our trophy.
Yeah.
We signed him.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Like let him do a couple backflips.
Yeah.
Like the guy is a that's why I think he
I
will
think
do
at
great in
one
MMA.
point they did like he like did, you know, he clotheslined someone over the rope and did a flip or something, ripped his shirt off, but it was just like
I remember that.
it was very obvious from the start, I think, for any wrestling fan to be like, oh, this isn't going to work out.
I just thought, I'm not the wrestling expert, obviously, but I just felt like his strength is like his athleticism.
Yes.
And look at him, he looks like a freak. Like use that.
And in this new WWE era, wrestling era, the shove down your face,
People
like,
hate it.
Superstar out of nowhere that didn't come up through like any indie wrestling
Yeah.
or whatnot.
They want you to have paid your dues before
Yeah.
you even make it to the WWE.
And they want to pick you and be and like
Yeah.
and then those guys get brought up, and it's so I get why it didn't work. And also Gable doesn't really have this, like Logan Paul won over the fans.
Yeah.
But Gable just, and I think his mic work which is very difficult. I don't blame him. I think the WWE must have seen his mic work just wasn't phenomenal. And then also he may have not been that into it.
That's the thing is, I remember him talking with Helwani before he signed, or right after he signed with the WWE, talking about the decision. And I think he mentioned that like Brock had very much suggested it. I think Helwani was kind of suggesting it too, like just follow the Brock route. Go to WWE first, build up a little persona, make sure people know who your name is. Then you come to the UFC. Then people already know who you are and all that. I'm surprised he gave it as long as he did in the WWE, buying up like valuable years of his prime, where it's like maybe he should have given it a year and realized like, oh yeah, this ain't
And
for
Av
me.
brought up a good point. The WWE kind of released him like at a tough time, because if they released him like 4 to 5 months earlier, he could have went to Olympic trials for wrestling.
They fucked him.
That sucks.
They cut him like basically right when it was too late, because all from my understanding, he was the Olympic gold medalist in the last Olympics.
Yeah.
He could have got off the couch and like waltzed to like qualify for the US team.
I'm sure WWE didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah,
I would
mean,
I don't think
assume.
so. Yeah, just bad timing.
Yeah.
Because also I didn't realize he could wrestle at Minnesota again if he wants to. How crazy is
He
that?
go back to college?
Yes, he could if he wanted to.
because he didn't take any money.
Right now, if he wanted to, he could go back to college.
That was my yes.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I don't know if he's going to, but
I mean, at that point, I'd be like, I would do that. Just like if you told me you could go back to Little League and play against 12-year-olds right now, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
I selfishly want him now at this point. Like now at this point, just go the Bo Nickel route. I think that's his pivot. You're such a freak. Like take like these take this next year or two, just go crazy. Obviously, work on your hands like crazy, your jiu-jitsu, all that. And he's such a freak athletically. I'm sure he could. I mean, he could maul regional. I'm sure a lot of regional heavyweights tomorrow.
Yeah,
just off his wrestling and just how much of an athlete he is.
Like, I mean,
and just build your skills. You'll get the Fight Contender Series. Get the UFC bump. Like you'll get these big
could he beat Waldo Acosta?
Waldo's the first name that came up in my mind.
Maybe,
yeah.
Give him he obviously needs like a year or two, as long as he can
can he get hit? I don't know.
That's as long as he can take a punch. How athletic he is. Like I imagine his hands will develop fast than the average person that even gets into MMA.
He's he's like a freak.
Like I'm sure he's a phenomenal hand-eye coordination. I'm sure he's got power. He's strong as an ox. Like there's no way he's gonna pillow hands. I mean, look at the guy.
Yeah.
And you're so right. If he can take a punch, that's the biggest question. And he develops kind of that feeling of being like, all right, I can take this and still go and get a takedown and then throw one back. I mean, he's through the roof in terms.
I mean, the threat of him taking someone down are gonna leave him if he can just have a big right hand.
Yeah,
he's gonna I bet if he goes hard into it, he'll have some big knockouts
and
some slams. He'll be throwing people around.
Talk about a star. He's just he's a good-looking guy, American, U.S. Olympic, he's just
a heavyweight, knock someone out and then do backflips like Michael Chandler in the cage. He can do. This guy does back handsprings.
Yeah,
he's a freak of nature. He's an absolute freak of nature athletically.
We got PC Strickland in the chat. He says, "I want Gable versus Jared Vandera."
Jared Vandera. I was thinking of Alan Badeau. Who did? Is Jared Vandera who fought the Cuban first, Despanier?
That's what I was going to say. Josh Parisian.
Bring back the GOAT. What's his name?
Parker Porter.
No, well, Parker's ready to fight. Parker's ready to fight tomorrow against.
Parker will stop that hype train and expose him as the fraud he is.
Chase Sherman,
yeah.
Oh, the Vanilla Gorilla.
And then who's the other guy? He got knocked out 8 times to end his career. He's the karate combat champion.
Sam Alvey.
Sam Alvey brings him back.
No, but Sam Alvey's
he's not heavyweight.
Oh, that's
too small.
That's true.
Good luck to Hot Billy. Here's back tomorrow on whether or not he got the night job at Medieval Times in Lyndhurst, New Jersey.
Whoa, I didn't even know he was local.
Big.
Hey, Hot Billy, if you're going to UFC 301, 302, let the fellas know. You could even show up with a mask on. We don't care.
Mitt Romney says you forgot to mention Ryan Garcia in a car with an orangutan. I also saw Jared Gordon with an orangutan. I don't know if it was the same one, but he posted Saudi Arabia's wild. He was just holding hands with a monkey.
Why was he in Saudi?
I don't know.
Maybe just
hanging out. I think I want to say it was
all
Saudi.
These guys have he could have
cornered a fight. Maybe
he could have cornered somebody. All these guys Frivola went out there with what's his name before he got to the UFC.
Nas, yeah.
Oh, Dubai. I'm sorry, he's in Dubai. Reedha. Oh no, he is in Saudi Arabia too.
Is he Is that a
Oh,
shirt?
no. He's about to be fighting, and he's fighting on the Saudi card.
Okay.
So I think he's in Dubai to promote that. It appears someone tweeted,
Dude,
"What are
that
you
card's-
doing there?"
That card's a month from yesterday.
And they're about to pay
Is that a
double for another card.
Is that Jared Gordon with a Saudi Arabia flag?
It
I
is.
need that shirt. That's
It's
an
and
unbelievable
with a
shirt.
camel too.
And then with a Riyadh. That's awesome. I need
Yeah,
that shirt.
yeah.
That's just
Sure.
wait. That's
It's pretty unreal. So I guess someone tweeted, "Why are you in Saudi or why are you in Dubai?" And someone said like he's going to be fighting Nasrat on June 22nd in Saudi, and he
Good fight.
retweeted that. It is, yeah. I like Jared Gordon. He's a good guy.
yeah, Jared.
I know him and Patty had their beef, but after the fight, they were cool in the immediate aftermath, and that was nice.
That shirt's unbelievable. Jared Gordon with the Saudi flag behind him, some camels. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else?
Yeah, we didn't have a ton.
Weird. There's nothing going on this weekend.
Oh, Hot Billy says he was at a house party with Jersey Jerry once in high school.
Nice.
Again, no idea.
Jerry may not.
Oh, he says he
remember.
lives in Kearney, New Jersey. Spelled
Kearney?
Kearney.
Kearney?
Yeah.
No. He says that though.
We have no idea if anything he says is true. It's nice to think some of it is.
That's where part of me, it's Hot Billy, not personally either. It's part of me that doesn't want to meet him because the lure.
The lore, I know.
Like
It's
if I just see
mystique.
some like average looking white kid, I'm gonna be like,
But
this
what
is-
it's
Yeah.
what if
but it's
Meek
also
Phil?
that's obviously what he is.
Yeah,
What if
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Meek Phil?
No, Meek ain't that funny. No offense to Meek, but Hot Billy's
Meek's
like
not creative enough to say like
Hot Billy's like Norm
Sage
Macdonald.
Northcutt walks out to seal.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have Meekville doesn't have that in his bag. Only Hot Billy does.
You are right.
That's Hot Billy. That's Hot
Meek's
Billy's
a more
9-iron.
system troll. Hot Billy is just like he's mellow. Give him the ball, ISO,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ISO.
Yeah.
My car's gotten towed there twice. That's where they tow it to in Jersey City if you get your car towed. That's all I had though.
Hot Billy's about to say, I actually told
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Like, what's your license plate?
He'd say like his uncle's
Yeah.
uncle's stepdaughter like
And he would say like you left your Hannah Montana CD in the
Yeah.
player or
He's
something.
like, I played every night.
Yeah. All right, that was the Spin and Backfish show. Enjoy Memorial Day weekend, everybody, with New Amsterdam Vodka. Of course, shout out New Amsterdam. Enjoy responsibly, and we will talk to you next week.
302 with Jersey.